However big or small, our home should be a haven.
There's 1,000 jobs I need to do around the house.
We just don't have the time.
But it's not always easy keeping a house in order.
It's such a shame we're not using the space.
It is absolutely rammed full of stuff.
But help is at hand.
That's a fantastic piece of furniture.
Look at this! Slug!
That is solid.
You can take back control of your home with clever, common-sense hacks
It's perfect. I love it.
that don't bust the bank balance.
And the best thing, you still got all of your storage.
From this to this, that is just gleaming.
That'll do nicely.
Oh my God.
We'll show you how you can make life-changing improvements in just one day.
It's nice and clean for Mummy! Yay! I absolutely love it.
I don't think it's ever looked that good before.
With better use and a spruce up of your space.
It's wonderful.
I love it.
You managed to do this in a day.
This is absolutely brilliant.
You get me all teary there.
Our team of experts is here to help.
The old tool belt's coming out. Well, that's how I know you're serious.
Master builder Tommy Walsh brings over 50 years of DIY experience.
Solid as a rock.
Maxine Dwyer runs one of the UK's top extreme cleaning companies.
That's what I mean by squeaky clean.
And creative carpenter Asher Edwards prides himself on being a perfectionist.
I am good. Just a little bit. Cheers. Cheers. Cheers.
So which family needs the team's help today?
I'm Karina.
And I'm Alex.
I am a crocodile. Luna. I'm a unicorn. Rosa. I'm a dolphin.
Also known as 4-year-old Jasper and his 3-year-old twin sisters Rosa and Luna. The Eager family live in a 3-bedroom Victorian terrace in Bristol.
We use the hall downstairs continuously every single day, so we use both reception rooms, we use the kitchen for eating and for playing under the table. Kids love playing in the garden, chasing Nachi, our cat. The middle room, this room where we are not right now, this is where the action takes place most of the time.
With Karina looking after 3 children under 5 and Alex's busy job as a wine salesman, there's little spare time for cleaning and fixing in this hectic household.
It's a bit messy. We have lots of fun, don't we, kids? Yeah? But our toys are everywhere. So Mum Karina and Dad Alex are constantly tidying up after you guys, aren't we?
Yeah.
So as you can see, life is busy with 3 young children, and sometimes we just don't have time to put things away, and that's kids included.
The unusual layout of their home isn't helping matters.
We come in from work or school and throw our things all over the place.
With a tiny garden, the front room's also being used to store items that would normally go in a shed or garage.
It's a bit of a dumping ground, to be honest. Jasper's just learnt to ride his bike, haven't you, Jasper?
Yeah.
And then we're quite into cycling as a family.
We've got 2 adult bikes and 2 bikes for our children, together with some scooters. We don't have proper storage for it, so it's just kind of dumped in the corner of the room. Some of our shoes, wellies. We have 2 different gas bottles. All these different things don't have a home at the moment. And we have a big wardrobe in which we store lots of jackets, towels, bed sheets. Then we have a whole corner with all our umbrellas, jackets, all again missing proper storage.
And it'd be great to just get it all put away all nicely and neatly, wouldn't it, Luna? So we could use the room a little bit more as a family space.
That would be really great to get its full potential. So it would be great to have the team come with their know-how and just look at it and say, right, this is what you are doing, this is where you're going to store things.
So it'd be lovely to have some fresh eyes come in and see this front room and really transform it into a space where they put all our things away and have a bit more of an ordinary life.
With the team on their way, the family make themselves scarce, leaving their home clear for the big clean and fix.
Yeah, look, nice. Yeah.
And we're in.
Wow, there's a lot going on in here. I'm going to leave it to you guys.
Oh, thanks, Maxine.
How kind.
Oh, look at all the bikes.
Hoover, surfboards, boxes.
Chairs, everything's here. Well, they have storage issues, obviously. Just look around.
Yeah, we haven't even gone that far in the house.
They came in the front door, that's it, yeah. Right, so we've got to make better use of the space.
So if we prioritise, move the bikes out the way, and then we can create a nice big storage unit over there. And that, in turn, will tidy up all of that over there.
Free these alcoves up over here.
Exactly.
All right, well, we better get started.
All right, let's do this.
This is a real busy room. Oh! They got 3 kids. No wonder it's busy in here.
Mum of 2 herself and grandmother to a toddler, Maxine knows just which kiddie hotspots to target to give the house a facelift.
I can see lots to clean already. Everything's in a jumble. But of course, teeny weeny little children. Of course. Poor Mum, I feel sorry for Mummy.
With the problem areas identified, the team have their missions for the day. The front reception room needs Ash's carpentry skills to give a great first impression from the front door. Tommy will address the bike problem to maximise the floor space. Queen of Clean, Maxine, will target the areas used most heavily by Jasper and his twin sisters. And after a declutter, with items being set aside for the family to go through later, a lick of paint will pull the transformation together. The team have a day to do it and must keep the budget to a minimum.
What goes through my head when I see all these bikes here like this is, how did I ever get involved in this job in the first place? There's just so much stuff. Right, let's take this bike out. Well, what I'm trying to do is empty all this space here, take the 2 adult bikes and store them vertically on a bracket on the wall, and that will get them off the floor and out of the way. That's the plan. And look. Put them up there out of reach so no one will take them. These are support brackets for the bike. So you fix that to the wall and then you slip the wheel of the bike over there and it just hangs vertically down. And it's just permanently stored out of the way, nice and tidily.
A range of brackets are available costing from around £30. And if you don't have wall space, there are ceiling options too.
But what I need to do first is measure the length of the bike to make sure I put this in the right place. I think if we do that at 6 foot, that should solve the problem. Measuring the bike is important because once this is suspended on the top bracket, the weight of the bike actually slightly off the floor keeps it straight. And if you don't put it in the right place and the bike wheel hits the floor when it's suspended, of course, then it all crumples up and it defeats the whole point of doing it in the first place.
I need this, which is a multi-purpose spray, baking powder, which is essential, vinegar, edging tool, gloves, definitely need gloves, bleach, lemons, and most importantly, my microfibers. Tools of the trade.
Asher's also basing himself in the front reception room, tackling the family's lack of storage.
Now this space an area is all cleared out, I can actually get my head around and think what I can do with the space. So I'm going to take a few measurements. I've got my digital tape measure. This is a game changer. If you're not too confident with using your tape measure, you can pick up one of these and it does all the hard work for you.
This model retails for around £70, but more affordable smartphone apps also exist.
You point the device where you want to measure, and a nice red dot shows up where you're pointing at. Push the button, and you get your dimension. Now, I've seen a lot of these wine crates dotted and dabbed all over the place, and I think they look really nice. So I'm going to try and incorporate that in my design as well. I don't want to make it too big to overwhelm the whole reception room, but big enough to clear all of this mess.
Like many homes with little children, the walls leading into the middle reception room are displaying their handiwork.
At the moment, there's a lot of painting on the wall, isn't there, guys? Unfortunately.
We come to our mantelpiece, which is covered in all different artwork, kids' artwork.
Maxine is on hand with a helpful hack.
I'm going to make up my special solution for cleaning your walls. Start with a lemon. And what I'm going to do is squeeze the lemon into the cup, just like this. I'm going to pour it into here. Next, we have vinegar and water. 1 part vinegar to 3 part water. I've put in half a cup of vinegar, so I'm going to put 1.5 cups of water. Oh, it smells lovely. The final ingredient is washing up liquid. And it's just a tip. It's Maxine's special solution. There are 30 little fingers in this house at this level. That's why the wall's gotten a bit grubby. So we're going to spray the cloth with my special solution. We're going to work down from the bottom upwards, just like this. Look at the grubby fingers disappearing before your eyes.
If you have children or pets, it's worth decorating with wipeable paint or wallpaper to ease cleaning.
Another way of doing it is you either spray the rag or you spray the wall. So you put your rag, so we don't get no drips, put the rag here and spray. On this type of a wall, it's better off using a microfiber, and the microfiber is soft. Look at that, nice circular motion. And the wall will come up like it's brand new. And with the right elbow grease, you can get rid of the marks. There you go. Nice and bright. Just as the day the paint was put on.
Back in the front room, Tommy is ready to hang his racks, but with a tight space and 2 adult bikes to squeeze in, his positioning must be faultless.
They can't go parallel because the 2 handlebars then will clash against each other, so they have to be staggered, so there'll be steps so the handlebars fit underneath. So I'm adjusting this line over slightly, and that will allow for the handlebars to fit up snug against here, but still go in. And I've got the mark on the wall, the vertical line, so we know that's right. So I just have to mark out these 4 screw holes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Use a masonry drill and bit. Drill the holes, put the plugs in, screw it home, and then put the bottom plate on, and then Bob's your uncle. He says with such confidence.
Time isn't with us. It never is. But got to push to get this done.
Asher's elected to use MDF to build his storage units. Cheaper than plywood, MDF is also easier to cut smoothly and holds paint better. And Tommy's making good progress with his storage solution too. He's using the position of the first bike rack to plot the second.
This one is very firm. There's 4 screws holding it in place and it's plumb. So what I did here, that's the bottom of the bracket. Did a vertical line with the level, so that has to be right, and then just offer that up to the bottom of the bracket mark and then move it over to the line. You just do the marks. And it's important that when it comes to drilling, that whatever the plug size, you get the right drill bit. Now this is a masonry bit, so they've got a toughened tip, and it's about just a fraction bigger than the actual plug. And it needs to be the depth. There's the depth of the plug to the drill, but you need to do it half of that again. So down to where the red dust is. That's what we're going to do.
The roll plug size is the diameter of the non-threaded part of the screw you wish to use and should match the drill bit size.
Now we put the plugs in place. Just push it in, tap it home. And that's a good, nice, tight fit.
With the average bike weighing 9 kilos, it's important that these brackets are well secured.
Solid as a rock. That's how you want it to stay.
And now for the finishing touch.
These are the plates that fix to the wall. They're underneath the actual rear wheel. So it keeps the wall from being filthy dirty with the tyres. So all we have to do is screw it into place. They are protective, just like mudguards.
The middle room is one of the busiest in the house, and it's ripe for help from Maxine.
It's basically because we've got 3 children and this is where we spend most of our time. It's very messy. We don't have proper storage again in this room. Kids' toys and dressing up clothes are absolutely everywhere, all around the room.
I can guarantee you that when you have little children around, they're going to write on everything. They've been writing all over the wooden dresser. Well, let me show you what you can clean it with. This is melamine foam. It's denser than your average sponge. The bubbles in it are minuscule and fine, and it works just like a sandpaper. Take a look at this. I'm going to just do this. Can you see it just disappearing? And there's nothing but water on this. Water. I'm not even pressing hard.
You can pick up a sponge like this from any supermarket for less than £1.
If you work to the grain, you can't go wrong. Look, I'm literally touching it lightly. This is just magic. Look how it's taken it out. It's taken it out magnificently. Look at this. There you go. It's bringing it back to its original state. There you go. Look at that. Look at the sponge. But all you need to do is when it gets to this stage, you flip it round and do it from the other end.
Just remember that if you want to use a cleaning product that's harsher than water, it's best to do a patch test first.
So there you go. It works wonders. All done.
Well, I don't believe it. I knew I'd get you painting somehow.
You're a wicked man.
The only reason you're doing that is because it gets you out of the rain, out in the garden.
It's true.
It's a lovely colour, chalky baby blue as well. It suits you.
Oh, thank you. You're making me blush.
Suits your eyes.
How's your wall going on?
Oh, we're getting there. I'm just about to hang one of the bikes up there.
Let me see. I'm going to watch you.
I'll show you. So, wheel it into position, then go up, hook it, and then position it, and that bottom plate keeps you off the wall, and that's the first one in position. You impressed?
Just a little bit.
You don't want me to be critical over your painting, do you?
No. It's lovely. It's wonderful. It's the best thing I've ever seen.
Maxine's moved on to the kitchen to sort a common problem in homes with little ones. something time-pressed Alex and Karina haven't had a chance to do.
I've got a good trick for getting stickers off windows. I have a hairdryer which will heat up the glue from the back of the sticker and the spatula that will scrape it off. I'm just heating the glue up. You see, what's happened here is it's taken the bulk of the sticker off. There's still a bit of sticky residue on it. So what we end up doing is using rubbing alcohol and a J cloth, a piece of cloth, any cloth will do. Dab it like this. Leave it on for a couple seconds. Look, instant. You dab it on. Look at this, dab it on. Leave it on for a few seconds and then just go like this. It's like it's melting off. You look at that. Gone.
These knee pads, game changer. Especially when you're working on your knees for a long time, you've got to protect yourself.
With the family returning in a few hours, it's time for Asher to crack on with his units.
These are fancy knee pads. You don't need to go as extreme as these. But if you're working on your knees, put a cushion, pillow, wrap a blanket several times, a t-shirt, anything just to soften the blow on your knees. So I'm gluing up all of the surfaces where the MDF is going to get fixed. And you can see it's a messy job. That's why I've protected the floor. So you can see this part of the MDF, the side panel, has got a bow. It's the deflection. So I'm going to need a hand lifting this up while I get a few pins in, flush where I need it to. So with my old friend Tommy.
Yep.
Just the man. So I'm going to need you just to lift this up slightly.
To take the deflection out of it?
Exactly.
OK, no problem. I'm
just going to put a few pins in and then I'll screw the rest later.
Before I get in and we use my back to lift it, then when it's in the right place, you tell me and I'll stay.
OK.
Any more?
Nope, down a little. Right there. Up, 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 up.
Up or down?
Up, up a little. Up, down, down, up, little. There you go, right there.
OK.
Beautiful. And if you go down towards this side, I don't know if that's your left.
Which way?
If you come down this way, please.
OK.
Yeah.
Don't pull my arm out of his socket.
Right there.
I reckon he's getting me at it. He doesn't really need me
up, up, you moved. Stop breathing. Up, up. There you go. Beautiful. Right where I want it.
No more? Is that enough?
That's enough. I'm going to use screws for the rest.
OK.
These pins will hold it for now. Thank you very much, kind sir.
Talking of pins, mine are suffering a little bit getting up and down on that.
You need some cod liver oil, loosen up those limbs of yours.
Yeah, that's right.
WD-40 even.
That's more like it. Spray some in my ears.
Tommy feels he's earned a break.
Finally, a bit of sunshine.
Yes.
How do you think they're going to react? Because you're going to make a major change.
Well, I just hope they like their bikes on their walls.
Whoa!
It's going to be a massive transformation from all their clutter on the floor, now in the units.
That's a big unit you're building, though.
Yeah, well, I've got a big wall space. How are you getting on, Maxine? What are you up to?
Well, it's coming on nicely.
Yeah, but we're only halfway there.
Better get to it.
Yes.
I'm leaving you to it.
Finish me tea first, and I'll be with you.
No worries, my dear.
Asher has a trick up his sleeve to lift his unit above the ordinary.
I want to create a base for this whole unit to sit on. It makes it feel a bit more bespoke and unique. So I want to raise this whole unit off the floor around 100 mil. That's a standard height when you're making bespoke units, wardrobes. 10 centimeters, 4 inches, 100 mil off the floor.
By choosing MDF for both the base and the units themselves, Asher saves on wastage.
So I've glued, pinned them together, and this will be the base that takes the weight of the unit. The reason why I don't want the unit sitting on the floor and I'm putting it on these bases, the floor inside might be a little bit. So with this base, I'll be able to pack it out, level it, get it to where I need to, and then my unit can sit on top. It also, aesthetically, it looks nicer having the unit off the floor. So I'm gonna drop these where they need to go, level it out, and then my units can sit on top of them. We'll create a nice solid base.
Tommy moves on to the children's bike racks, but a different design needs a different hanging approach.
This has been a little bit tricky. That's the normal support. With a crossbar, you just sit it on here and it would be balanced. But with these little bikes, they're all angled. So the idea is we put the bracket on the angle and then at least the bike will look like it's straight on the wall. It'll be quite quirky, actually. And that's how it will look. I mean, ideally, that's the way the bracket would fit on the wall, but it just doesn't look right for the bike. It looks like the bike is heading for a crash. Whereas if we turned the bracket a little bit and have the bike straight, who's going to know? Right, we'll give it a spin.
As these bikes will be on display, Tommy's drafted in Maxine to make sure they're pristine.
With every bike comes mud and grease, and a tip to clean them is just to use washing up liquid, which is a degreaser anyway, and one of these dish brushes. And just pick the wheel up and turn it. And these brushes are good because it gets into the real cracks and crevices. Good old-fashioned washing up liquid and hot water. It works wonders. Look at this. I'll make these bikes look brand new, gleaming. They'll be happy. They'll think they've got new bikes when they come home.
No matter how tempting, it's best to avoid using a jet washer as too much pressure can damage the bearing systems.
The real proof is to rinse it off and then see if it's come up clean. I'm gonna give it a rinse now, so be careful. And don't forget the seat. Sparkling.
Ready for Tommy to work his magic.
There we go. Let's hope Luna and Rosa like the new homes for their bike.
Tommy's also putting the finishing touches to backs of Asher's storage units, matching the paint shade to the wall so they blend in.
The brush I'm using for cutting in is a shaped brush. And generally, I think they're known as fitches, a fitch. A shaped brush or a well-worn brush is ideal for cutting in.
Cutting in requires a steady hand to create a clean line. Inexpensive masking tape can protect areas you don't want covered in paint if you don't have Tommy's confidence.
To stabilise it, what you normally do is you'd have a padded rod going up to the wall and you lean on that with one arm and you cut in with the other arm. Just keeps everything stable. And I find that if I lean on my arm and I'm cutting in, there's two good things that come from it. One, it's steady and stabilises it. And two, I may well fall off to sleep.
Recycle box.
Not that there's time for the paste to drop.
I am concerned. We've only got a couple of hours left and then the owners return. Hopefully we can get it all done by the time they come home. Those two frames that Ash has put together are what we call scribing frames. And what they are, if the floor's out, we can plane the bottom of them to get the floor, to get these sitting level on the floor. So if the floor's out, it won't matter, because these will be true, they'll be plumb. And once you've got them true, then we can put the two units up on top, fix them together, and you know that they're going to be plumb. That's the important thing, and they must be level, so they don't move all over the place.
So I'll do the heavy lifting, bring this side up towards you, and you just guide it and make sure
OK.
we don't lose control.
Well, you go up a bit. Hold on, let me walk it back to you. Back a bit more. Ready?
Yep, there you go. Look at that. The old trolley dolly back in action. Ooh.
That was tight.
I'm not going to clear the stairs right here. That's the problem. This panel here is what's stopping us. It's not a problem if we cut the bottom off.
There must be another way.
I can reattach the plinth around that side. Not ideal, but it's the only way we can get it in.
All right then, cut it off. Well, we have a slight hiccup. It's going to cost us a bit of time. It's just that in order for us to get this unit, we need to turn it and push it into the corner, but the rake of the staircase is not allowing us to do that. So we're going to have to cut off a bit of the skirting, then fix the unit and then put the skirting back.
Maxine's having an easier time of it, sprucing up the front room's main entrance.
This brush is cleaning the grouting. Because to be honest, the grouting has had a bit of a battering of mud and feet and you name it. It's the best way to get in between and clean. All I'm using here is soap and water. Give it a good old scrubbing. Brilliant for the tile. This is brilliant for the grouting.
Ceramic tiles should be cleaned weekly. As they're absorbent, mop up any spills quickly to protect from staining. And grouting needs attention every couple of months.
And this is done, ready to be buffed up.
With the family returning shortly, it's time to move on to the doorway itself.
A little tip is to put your finger in the microfiber and then rub it against the groove. Look how clean this is. Clean as a whistle. Look at the dirt on this. I'm washing this with hot soapy water because if you wash it with cream cleaners or anything harsh, it will be too abrasive and it's going to take the shiny surface off the UPVC. And you don't want to be doing that. You want it to still be glossy after you've washed it.
Yep, that's it.
Ready?
Yep.
The installation issue is finally sorted.
There you go. Keep it coming.
That's it, we're in line.
That was hard. We're good?
Well, I reckon that deserves a cup of tea.
I think so.
I'll make you a cup, I'll put a kettle
I'll catch up with you. Just give me 5 minutes. You know?
See these youngsters? Out of breath. Have a look.
Just give me 5 minutes. Just okay.
Look at me, I'm not even raising me breath.
It's because you've never done any lifting, you fraud.
Yeah, well, I've told you so many times. There's no point in getting older if you don't get any wiser.
Oh, yeah, you got me. You got me. Oh, man. Maxine!
Yes, 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 yes!
Plenty of storage for plenty of clutter.
Yes, man. That's wonderful. All of this stuff are going to go in there.
There's the shelves, look.
That is amazing. That is really brilliant.
Do you like the blue as well?
You and Tommy do this?
Yeah, of
The
course.
blue's lovely.
Team effort.
Yes, it goes with the rest of the house. Nice and bright. Brilliant, guys.
Right, let's come on, we've got to get going because we've got to get it finished.
Right.
And they're here very, very soon.
See you later.
Okay,
See ya.
To finish the storage unit, all the boys have to do is attach the already cut shelves.
Asha, how are you doing?
Wonderful, amazing, ecstatic.
Are you the only one on track?
Well, I
You
wouldn't
know
say
why he's so happy? Because I'm helping him get out of trouble.
that. You put me in trouble in the first place.
Oh, no. Oh, dear.
Right, nearly there. Just gonna screw it together now. This should satisfy all their storage needs for now and the future.
There's just time for some last-minute cleans and adjustments. And they're done. In just one day and with a limited budget, how have the team got on? The front room had become a dumping ground, full of bikes and clutter, all on view as you walked through the front door. Now, bespoke unit built into the available space hide away essentials. The bikes have been cleaned, moved off the floor and hung neatly on new racks. And the transformation's been pulled together by a splash of colour. Other hotspots that had taken a battering from 3 children under 5 have been given a new lease of life. Sticky handprints have vanished from walls. And the well-used entrance has been buffed so it shines. After a long day, Tommy and Asha depart.
That was a close-run thing, that was today.
It really was. But we got it done.
Yeah, I didn't think we was going to make it, but we did.
Always do. Always do.
Maxine stays behind to greet the family.
You ready, guys? Should we do it? You ready?
Oh my word!
It's so clean!
Before, the family faced chaos whenever they came through the front door. But no longer.
Oh my word, all the bikes on the wall.
Fantastic!
And what happened there? That's amazing.
I love it!
Oh my word.
Guys,
What a transformation. I don't believe it. Literally don't believe it.
this is incredible!
The
It's
bikes.
fantastic.
Jasper, you see your bike on the wall?
Yeah, but
Check out your bike.
also-
Oh my words.
Wowzers!
Oh,
So clean!
I don't know what to say. I'm speechless.
Wow! Wow!
Hanging the bikes vertically and creating storage space has given them their front reception room back.
We never even thought of such a good, what an amazing idea.
Wow.
It's great. Just the space. It feels like twice the amount of space in here.
Exactly!
Thank you.
This is incredible!
Thank you. I love it.
It's incredible!
You love it?
Wow.
Yes!
Love it?
Hey.
Love it!
Yay. Should we do a hip hip hooray?
Yeah.
Hip hip hooray!
It's so exciting!
It's amazing. I literally am speechless.
Did you see this unit as well?
Incredible.
No. I haven't seen, oh my word, that as well.
Guys,
Oh my word.
And there's more.
what do you think it's
Look at that.
Yeah.
What's in there?
What's in there?
Such an incredible use of space.
Oh, wow. And more bags.
There's space for your school bags now.
Wow. So when you come back from school and nursery, we can put all our stuff in there, can't we? That's so cool. That's brilliant.
Yes!
It's all really accessible, and I love the fact you kept all the
It's just so tidy. There's no chaos in here anymore.
That's the main thing with 3 young kids. Like, you usually come in the door and you can't even walk past here because there's bikes on the floor or buggy or something.
Yeah.
And all our DIY stuff's over there. The bikes on the wall is just the biggest transformation for us.
And they painted the wall as well.
I love the colour.
Because your place
think?
has lots of colours. You love it.
Love it. It goes with everything else in the house.
And I did a few bits and bobs. I cleaned the door frame for you.
Did you?
Yes. The door and the door frame. I got rid of sticky stuff.
Yeah.
Yes, as you know, when you have children, you've got stickers.
Sticky tape everywhere.
Yes, everywhere. And you know where little children pull themselves up the stairs, up that little step, and they touch the walls. I did that as well.
Bless you. We can't thank you enough.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Wish you all the best in your new place.
Thank you. We'll embrace it and we'll love it. And we can't wait to show our friends and our family. Thank you so much.
Brilliant. Now you take care. Bye.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I'm so glad they like this space. Do you know what? Their reaction was just, wow, out of this world, amazing. Wow.
Wow.
Tommy and Asher just smashed it. They managed to pull something out of the hat just in the nick of time. And I'm grateful. And now I'm off.
A few weeks on, the family are making the most of their revamped and spruced up space. Finding it easy to get the bikes off the wall.
Ready? On you go.
And putting things away is now fun for the children.
Well done, Rosa. Well done, Luna. Yay, well done, Luna. Yay. Well done, guys.
It's brilliant. Kids know where to put their shoes, where to put their bags. They've got their own space for their jackets. So yes, it's amazing.